Hi, this is Shelley Kraft, and welcome to SNNLive. We're at the Cambridge House Silver Summit right here in Spokane, Washington, 2013. I have with me Carrie Sikman, Brixton Metals, a publicly traded company, Triple B, on the TSX-V. I like the sound of that. Carrie, welcome to SNNLive.
Thank you for having me, Shelley. It's a pleasure.
It's good to have you. Now, let's give an overview. We've had Brixton on before, so we'll get an update. But for now, let's get an overview on the company.
Absolutely. So we have one main project, the Thorn Project, that's up in northwest BC. It's a really exciting project, huge land package, 27,000 hectares. So it's pretty challenging because it's kind of like being a kid in a candy store. There's lots of targets, lots going on. But back in 2011, we had a very exciting discovery hole, our hole 60, which hit 95 meters of 904 grams per ton silver equivalent. Now, 628 grams of that was silver. So obviously, silver is the primary value driver, hence being at the Silver Summit. And since then, we've been following up on that, mainly focusing on the O-band zone because of that great result. But there are, as I said, other targets that we're looking at exploring further in the future. Last year we did a two-phase program following up, had some really phenomenal results, some great intercepts, longer intercepts, and then this year we had another program where we did about 4,600 meters of drilling. 25 of the 28 holes hit mineralization. And we're basically just working towards growing that deposit and, making some value for our shareholders.
You're talking and I'm hearing elephant in an elephant country. You know what I mean? It sounds like almost so good. It's almost too good to be true.
You know, Shelley, you make a great point. It's one of those things where it seems like, it's certainly for investors at this point, they still have the opportunity to get in on the ground because we've made this great discovery and it's almost like it still hasn't been noticed. One of the really exciting things that happened for us this year, though, was that one of the big guys did notice us. So one of our major shareholders now is Hecla Mining. Earlier this year, they took a position in Brixton. They are now 19.8% shareholders of Brixton. And we have Don Poirier, one of their guys on the board, and it's really great to have Hecla involved. So that was a big moment for us.
Do me a favor. Talk to me about management, because if you listen in on any speaker, they talk about management. So having the resource is one thing. Talk about the management team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you have an exploration company, really, you've got this potential in the project. You're working towards, making that something tangible, real. But the real quality that you have is your management team. We have a really phenomenal management team. Unfortunately, Gary couldn't be here today because he's actually up in the field, which gives you an indication of how serious this guy is about making the project work, right? He's our chairman and the CEO. Been in the business for many, many years. Back in 2010, he went through the takeover of his company, Sierra Geothermal. Ram Power took them over. And at the same time, our CFO, Cale Moody, was going through the takeover of Underworld. Kinross were taking them over. So the two of them, who were old university buddies, got together and said, we're both going to be out of a job here pretty soon. Let's figure something out. So they came up with Brixton Metals. Found the Thorn Project, and that's
how did they find the Thorn Project? I mean, I know there's a little story behind that, I bet.
Well, I can't give away all of the secrets, but it was basically one of the CFO's contacts knew of the project, introduced it to him. Obviously, Gary, then the geologist, took a look at it, really liked what he saw. So we went to Kiska, who had the Thorn Project at the time. Had some conversations with them, and we came up with this option agreement. Now, that was back in 2010. Things have changed a little bit since then, and so earlier this year, that was another blue sky moment for us. We were able to renegotiate the deal, and we now have 100% of the Thorn Project. So the last time we spoke, it was optioned. Now we are 100% owners outright, which is awesome for us. With 1.5 million cash and 7 million shares to Kiska, and we're the owners. So that was another really exciting moment for Brixton.
That's Good news.
Very good news.
Okay, let's get a website out there.
Sure. Before I do that, one other piece of good news. 'Cause
Okay.
I have to.
Do you have any more good news?
Yes. We just recently closed a financing which has enabled us to get up to the project again and do a second phase of drilling this year. And the lead order for that financing came from Rob McEwen. So now we have not only Hecla, but also Rob McEwen, one of the great moguls in the industry, on board as a shareholder. So that's pretty exciting. So to go back to your question, the website is www.brixtonmetals.com. Pretty easy to remember. And there's some really great tools on the website if you have a chance to go look at it. We've got obviously lots of results, data. We have a 3D model and we have a phenomenal video. So if you're interested in taking a look at what actually goes on at the project, we shot this video this summer. It's awesome and it really gives you a feel for what's going on the ground. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, Carrie Sikman of Brixton Metals, Triple B. That's BBB on the TSX Venture. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive. We're at the Cambridge House Silver Summit right here in Spokane, Washington, 2013. Carrie, all the best to the boys that are out in the field, and thanks for coming on to SNNLive.
Thank you for having me, Shelley.
Quite welcome.